Man like Robbie, welcome along to MLR Daily. Today is the richest game in football. Now, it's not the Champions League final. It's not a game in the Premier League. It's actually the Championship playoffs, said to be worth £200 million, or up to £200 million, should I say, for the winner of the game. And the prize is that you get into the Premier League and all the riches that come with it. And the two teams that are battling it out this year to get in the Premier League are two unlikely teams. Two teams that at the start of the year, I don't think anybody would have predicted them to be having a chance of getting into the Premier League. And those are Huddersfield and Reading. Now, both teams, particularly Huddersfield, were written off. Huddersfield, they've got the manager, David Wagner. He used to be the number 2 at Borussia Dortmund. He's coming to Huddersfield and he has worked absolute miracles. Brought in some German players, mixed it up with some homegrown talent, and he has had them playing some sublime football with a Gegenpress that he's brought over from Germany. And he's on the verge now of getting little Huddersfield into the Premier League. And I heard the achievement being described as similar to Leicester winning the Premier League. I mean, it is of that magnitude. At the start of the season, Huddersfield were one of the favourites to be relegated from the Championship, and now they have a chance of winning the prize of the playoffs and getting into the Premier League. David Wagner, though, is up against a manager, another young manager that's really making a name for himself in Reading's manager, Jaap Stam. Now, Jaap Stam, of course, we all know he used to be an excellent centre-back for Manchester United, was in that fabulous United team that won everything in front of them. He is the manager of Reading. He's got him playing some really great football as well. He's really brought that sort of philosophy, that Dutch philosophy of passing, and it should be a really, really entertaining game. And as I said, the prize at the end of it is they will be in the Premier League. So at the end of today, we will know which one of those teams are going to be joining both Newcastle and Brighton in the Premier League next season. So it should be a fantastic game taking place at Wembley today. Lots of transfer news now. Now that the Premier League season has been finished, the FA Cup's done, the transfer news is flying around at earnest. Manchester City right at the forefront of it again. They've already signed Bernardo Silva, said to be in today for Brazilian Ederson. He plays for Benfica. He's a goalkeeper. And it's said that Manchester City are on the verge of signing him for £33 million, which would be a record for a goalkeeper. Of course, we know that Manchester City have had lots and lots of problems with goalkeepers. They've released Caballero, so that frees up space. Also, Claudio Bravo, who Pep Guardiola brought in last season, had a really unsuccessful time. And obviously, it looks like they're bringing in Ederson to, provide competition. Well, he'd probably be the number 1 alongside Claudio Bravo. And also, that probably means that that's the end of the road for Joe Hart. There was a little bit of speculation going around that Joe Hart could return back to City, but I think that kills all of that off with Ederson looks set to be joining the Manchester City revolution. Another player on the verge of joining is Manchester City, and another Monaco player this time. That is Benjamin Mendy from Monaco, age 22, brilliant left back. Manchester City said to be in talks to bring him into the club as well, so that could be another signing. Ivan Perisic of Inter Milan and also Croatia, really talented winger. He's been linked with a move to Manchester United today. They're said to be in talks to try and bring him in. Moving on to managers, Claude Puel, the manager of Southampton, said, now there's a rumour coming out saying that he's been in secret talks with Saint Etienne about taking over there. The rumours going around is that he knows he's going to be sacked by Southampton, so he's trying to line up an alternative job. And if that's the case, fair play to him. He's trying to get back into management. But Claude Puel, who Southampton fans have been really divided on, he did get them to the final of the League Cup, which they lost to Manchester United, but they're really divided on him. He looks like he could be on his way to Saint Etienne. Arsene Wenger, of course, the manager that we've been talking about all season. He, of course, won the FA Cup at the weekend, beating Chelsea. Now, there's said to be this big board meeting that's going to be taking place at Arsenal this week, which will decide the future of Arsene Wenger, which has been hanging in the air practically the whole season. Now, it's said that he will be given a brand new contract. The owner of the club, Stan Kroenke, is in town. He was at the FA Cup final, saying that he will be given a new 2-year contract and that he is requesting that he wants full control of running the club, which again will upset a lot of Arsenal fans because, number one, there's a lot that still would like to see him move on. There's others that are like, well, if you stay on, they want to see changes, director of football, people like that. Wenger seems to be insisting that he wants to have complete control of the club, as he has done for many a year. And finally, brilliant tweet yesterday by Mesut Ozil, having a dig here at a lot of the experts, pundits out there that really got the result of the final wrong. Mesut Ozil's tweet says it all there. Brilliant by Mesut Ozil. Thanks for watching the show today. We'll be back tomorrow here on Man Like Robbie, and we will find out which one of those two teams between Reading and Huddersfield has made it into the Premier League.
Man Like Robbie.